second grocery store tour. This one will be all about cooking for one. So throughout this tour, I will be taking you to different parts of the grocery store and giving you certain tips for how to shop as a single person. This can be particularly helpful for college students or anyone that lives alone. We have also put together 2 recipes for you. So the 2 recipes are apple crisp for one, and then we also have harvest bowls, which is just on theme for fall. And I will be collecting the items for the recipe as we go throughout the store, and then at the end I will show you the contents of my cart and talk a little bit about them. So let's start with some basic tips. Okay, so the first tip is to make a list of all the ingredients you will need for your recipes throughout the week. So this can help to keep you on track and avoid buying excess items. Try and use foods you have left over at home to incorporate into this week's meals. Meal prepping can be a very cost-effective way to eat as a single person. So this means making meals ahead of time to have throughout the week. For example, preparing our harvest bowls at the beginning of the week to take in your lunches for the week. So try and only buy a little bit at a time to avoid waste, especially as a single person. And always remember that you can freeze some items to avoid them from going bad. So here we are in the produce section. So again, try and do most of your shopping here. Avoid buying in bulk. So for example, buy only a few oranges instead of the whole bag, or instead of taking a whole bundle of bananas, you can just rip off a few for yourself. And bulk buying is really only effective if you use it a lot, otherwise items can go bad. So you can always freeze vegetables and fruits yourself, or buy them frozen is a good option too. Here is where we would find the Brussels sprouts, red onion, garlic, salad greens, and sweet potatoes for our harvest bowl. So we would also find apples in the produce section for both the apple crisp and the harvest bowl. So that's another trick too. Use recipes with some of the same ingredients to save money. The meat section can be really expensive, so try and buy cured meats. These last longer in the fridge and you can center your meals around them. So for example, smoked salmon. You can always pop any meats you buy in the freezer to save them for a later time as well, and then you can just take them out and thaw them when you're ready to eat them. If you're going to buy lunch meat, go to the butcher counter because you can ask for exactly the amount that you want. And here is where we pick up our chicken for the harvest bowl. When it comes to eggs and dairy, try and buy in smaller amounts in this section as well. So instead of the full gallon of milk, go for the half gallon, or instead of the full dozen eggs, go for half a dozen eggs. But don't sweat the eggs too much because eggs do last for 3 to 5 weeks in the fridge. Also, look at the sell-by dates of the foods. If you don't think you'll be able to eat it all by the date, go for the smaller size or skip it. And for cheeses, soft cheeses don't last as long in the fridge. So for example, goat cheese or like ricotta, but harder cheeses, maybe like Parmesan, do last for weeks in the fridge. And here in this section is where we will get our butter for the apple crisp, and we'll also get our goat cheese for the harvest bowl. If you are shopping for one, try freezing half of your bread loaf at a time. This ensures that the bread won't go bad sitting on the counter, and you can always pop it in the toaster or thaw it on the counter when you're ready to use it. Make sure to stock up on pantry essentials. Beans and lentils are a great addition of plant-based protein to any meal. Head to our recipe page to check out our Mediterranean-inspired bean salad for a way to incorporate legumes into your diet. When it comes to packaged foods, try and look for smaller packages. Try to buy exactly what you need for a recipe to not have a lot of excess leftovers. Here's where we would pick up our quinoa, pine nuts, olive oil, Dijon mustard, apple cider vinegar, and honey for our harvest bowls. We would also grab oatmeal, brown sugar, vanilla, and flour in this area for our apple crisp recipe. Trying to avoid pre-made, pre-packaged meals as much as possible. Even though these may seem like the most convenient for a single person, they're actually a lot more expensive than if you were to just make it with your own ingredients, and it's not as good for you. Salt, pepper, and then nutmeg and cinnamon are what we'll need in this area for our recipes. So using spices and herbs instead of just salt can add a lot of flavor and a lot of health benefits to your meals, as they are loaded with antioxidants and contain many anti-inflammatory properties. So spice things up whenever you can. So now that we have finished our grocery store tour, let's take a look at the cart. So these are all the ingredients for the apple crisp for one recipe and the harvest bowl recipe. Notice that some of these items, like the brown sugar, flour, and salt and pepper, you might already have at home. Remember, once you buy these staples, you won't have to keep buying them again. Notice that there are organic foods here too. As your budget allows, try and shop organic. These foods have a higher nutrient content and also ensure that the foods are grown free from anything that could act as an endocrine disruptor. You can check out our blog post on endocrine disruptors to learn more. These recipes do have health benefits as well. For the harvest bowls, the sweet potatoes are high in fiber and antioxidants. For the Brussels sprouts, they may help protect against cancers of the stomach, lungs, kidney, and breast. Pine nuts can increase your energy level due to the protein, iron, and magnesium contents. Apple cider vinegar may help lower blood sugars. For the apple crisp recipe, cinnamon may help to reduce blood sugar and cholesterol. Nutmeg has been shown to help improve sleep and brain function. Thank you for watching our grocery store tour on how to shop for one. Make sure to go check out our website, yournutritiondoc.com, for the recipes used in today's video, so the apple crisp and the harvest bowls. Thanks again for watching.